You're listening to the Truck Talk with Trivista podcast, brought to you by TrivistaCompanies.com, the ultimate source for all things trucking, and sponsored by Louisville Masonry and Stone in Louisville, Kentucky, where beauty and function meet. I'm Anita Massey, Director of Marketing for Trivista Companies. Thanks for joining us today. So today our topic is the S13 Integrated Powertrain that was recently launched by Traton Navistar, and today we'll be discussing the features and benefits of this new powertrain and why it's viewed to be the industry leader when it comes to fuel economy. We're going to be joined by Dave Hillman, Senior Director of Integrated Powertrain Marketing at Navistar, and Chris Brooks, South Region Truck Sales Manager at Navistar, and John Shireman, Trivista Partner and President of Marketing and Administration. So, gentlemen, thank you for talking with us today.
Anita, thanks so much for having us. Really looking forward to being part of this exciting podcast. Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity, Anita.
Yep. Thanks, Anita.
You're absolutely welcome. Glad to have all of you guys. So let's get started. Dave, I know that last week International introduced the S13 Integrated Powertrain at a launch event that took place at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and I know it was an extremely exciting introduction. I watched the webinar live, and it was highly exciting. Can you tell us a little bit about this new powertrain?
Yeah, I can give at least a quick overview. I mean, I think the most important thing, as you'd expect, right? This type of development is truly a team sport, and one of the things that I think was the most important point to convey last week was that our engineers had been working as part of the Traton Group on this powertrain for the last 5 years. So we want to really distinguish the fact that this isn't, an engine and a transmission developed somewhere else by someone else and thrown over a pond and said, hey, it was good for us, so you guys take it. We've had our engineers in the room on the team with a voice in the process, like I said, for the last 5 years. And so last week's launch event really was the culmination of a lot of effort and a lot of work done to lead up to that point, and delivering on something that solves customer downtime issues by eliminating problem areas and delivering such a compelling and a real growth in terms of fuel economy, all in a package that's lightweight. It really does feel like we've hit a home run, and it's just, it's the eagerness of getting our dealer channel trained up and spooled up and engaged, was really kicked off last week, and the amount of excitement we saw, I know I saw John briefly out there. I know I think Vince Cerny and Jim O'Halloran were out there as well. The dealers are real eager to get in up to speed and involved with this as well. So it was really fun to see it all come together.
Great. So, Chris, being a sales field representative for International, talk about what excites you most about the new S13.
Yeah, I think number one, of course, is going to be the fuel economy increase. It's been a long time since we were the industry leader in fuel economy, and then just the full integration of the drivetrain is a huge advantage for us. It's something that we've needed for a long time. With our current and previous product, we've kind of had some shortfalls due to not being completely integrated. And there's some bells and whistles that we'll be able to utilize now, and that'll really help us with the customer's experience and the driver's experience, and I think it's really going to bode well for us moving forward.
Okay, makes sense. So, John, what does this mean for you as an International dealer?
So I am super excited about this, Anita. Something that our customers have asked for in the past is a one-stop shop or a single source for just their powertrain needs. So whether it's parts, whether it's service or warranty, they want that single source they can come to. And the introduction of the S13, the integrated powertrain, that just allows us to deliver on that request. So whether it's the engine, whether it's the transmission or the after-treatment system, you bring that product to me or one of the other 700 international dealerships in the network, which, by the way, is the largest in the industry. You bring that to one of those dealers, we're going to have the tooling, we're going to have the certified technicians, we're going to have the parts, we're going to have the accelerated service lanes to confirm that we're going to have that powertrain operating in peak performance. So we're really excited about that.
That is exciting. Can't wait to see them start coming into our dealerships. So, Dave, the development of that S13 certainly sounds like it was a collaborative process, as you said earlier. I think you said 5 years. That's quite a while. Can you kind of talk about the timeline and the progression of the product and what that means to our industry as a whole?
Yeah. I think the big milestones along the way. The first was Volkswagen bought a stake in Navistar in late 16, and it was official in early 17, and that really kicked off a lot of different projects and programs. One of which being the S13 integrated powertrain. And I think it's important to note that hey, I've been an employee at the company. It'll be 24 years in a couple weeks. Been there a long time, and very excited that we were a fiercely independent American company. The ownership in Volkswagen changes that a little bit, but it really doesn't change the men and women that have been working at the corporation for a long time. We've just now got the backing of the world's first or second largest car maker, depending on the year, right? And that matters when you think about some of the future technology that we need to get involved with, like autonomous vehicles or battery electric vehicles and fuel cell. Those are large investments that were going to be really problematic for us to invest in as an independent company. And yet now we're part of the Traton Group, which is the commercial truck division of Volkswagen, is the way to think about it. So we have cousins and colleagues in Scania in Sweden and MAN in Germany and in Volkswagen commercial vehicles down in Brazil. So we're all part of this large network. And so the S13 development kicked off then. Scania is going to be first to market. So another milestone that I'd like to reference is they kicked off their public launch in Sweden, I think last November, and I had the opportunity to go tour their engine facility that's going to be producing these in March. I was over there, and it was up and running, and they were producing, I think, over 50 a day when I was there, and I think they've ramped up to an even higher production run rate. And so then the milestone where we did our launch in August last week was really the result of needing to get our dealers armed with the latest information, showcase it to our customers, because the long order board we kind of did it a little earlier than we maybe normally would, because then the other milestones that we've got now coming at us, we'll have the whole powertrain, which is the engine, the S13 engine, the T14 transmission, dual stage after treatment. All of that will be in sales tools for dealers to place orders in October. Our Huntsville assembly plant, which is the North American production site for the S13 engine and T14 transmission, though that facility will start producing our components next spring. We're going to have a big dealer boot camp that we want all of the dealer salespeople. I think it's predominantly sales. I don't know how the after treatment is going to, or I'm sorry, the after sales teams, like parts teams, they may have a component in that boot camp as well. But I know it's going to be predominantly sales focused. That's going to be scheduled, I think, for May of next year. And Job 1 production begins for our LT and our RH models. Sorry, let me say that again. The RH models and the LT models that take this powertrain begin production next July. So a lot of a lot of work still yet to be done, but at least we're public with it after our public launch last week.
Absolutely. That's exciting to hear that it's coming next year. I'm glad to hear that. So Chris, it's my understanding that for the first time, International has developed its own in-house transmission. Can you talk a little bit about what differentiates this transmission from those that are currently in the heavy truck market?
Well, I think again back to the full integration and what that allows us to do as a complete system. The T14 transmission is really the brains of this whole thing. There's several options and features that the T14 brings to the table that we've not had in the past. Or maybe we've had some sort of version of those, but they've not been as driver friendly as they really need to be. There's the hill hold technology, or hill descent, I should say. It's going to work much better with this drivetrain. And then certain things like the turtle mode, the slow speed maneuvering that's going to allow the driver to do. I think the driver experience is going to be improved exponentially over what we're offering today.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. So Dave, I guess the same question I'll ask you as far as for the after-treatment system. This development, I understand, was also a collaborative process. Can you talk a little bit about how this after-treatment system works and how it's different from what we currently have in our products?
Yeah. I think the way I'd set the stage is that because we had one team developing all three major systems, the engine, the transmission that Chris just talked about, and what we call the dual stage after treatment system, they were all designed by the same team at the same time. That allowed us to unlock a lot of advantages. And the advantage that we've already touched on is eliminating the EGR cooler, and that allowed us to also replace the fixed geometry turbo with a variable geometry turbo with a fixed geometry waist-gated, very simple design. Those are examples of how we're able to look at these things all in combination. And Anita, to your question about the dual stage after treatment system, this is really the key enabler to allow us to eliminate the EGR cooler, right? Everyone's engine in the marketplace today in North America has an EGR cooler. It's just part of the evolution of the industry. But by taking a step back and saying, hey, what if we had an after treatment that could do it all? This allowed us to develop an engine that doesn't have to clean up after itself. So we're not tasking the engine with using cooled EGR to help control some of the emissions. We put all of that NOx load into the dual stage after treatment system itself. The first stage, as you'd expect, there are two steps to it because we call it dual stage. The first is a DEF dosing stage right after the turbocharger, where we introduce the first shot of diesel exhaust fluid to atomize in the exhaust stream right after the turbo, and it goes through the evaporator tube, which is sort of the turbo downpipe as most people would think of it. And then it enters into the after treatment system itself. And there's a second stage of diesel exhaust fluid injection that takes place there. And it's really this part of the system that was designed to handle more NOx that allows us to let the other things do what they do best. We say we allow the engine to do what it does best, generate power. We let the T14 transmission do what it does best, take that power to the road. And the after treatment, the dual stage after treatment device does what it does best, controls the NOx and the PM. But because we're able to handle more NOx in the after treatment, the engine is generating less particulate matter. And so it all works together as a single system.
That's fascinating. I'm curious, is the weight of this less than what we typically see in the market today as well?
It is. Because we only build the engine today, we advertise that the A26 engine is the lightest weight 13-liter engine in the North American market, which it is. And this engine is a tick lighter than the A26. And when we look at now all the components that we provide, so the S13 engine, the T14 transmission, and dual stage aftertreatment system, that system is going to be lighter than anything we build today, which is already the lightest in the industry. So we will not only have the best fuel economy performance out of this S13 powertrain, but we'll also claim the lightest weight in North America as well.
I like hearing that. Okay, so John, you and I both work in the dealership environment, and you had mentioned that earlier that International has the largest dealer network in the industry. What can we as a dealer offer a customer after they have purchased a new International that's equipped with the S13?
Sure. Lots of really cool stuff. I could spend at least an hour, if not more, talking about what we can do to service a customer and what International can do to service the customer after we sell the product. But just to give you the broad strokes, a customer's business is all about uptime, keeping the trucks on the road, out of the shop. And when you take into consideration the product line that we offer, like the S13, when you look at the warranties that go with that show the extreme competence in any of those products, you look at the telematics solutions and the connected vehicle technology that we have that's going to give the owner and the fleet manager full transparency to the health of the vehicle. Not only that, that same fleet manager is going to be able to see real-time service repairs being done pretty much with our i360 platform. They're going to have a portal to see what's going on with the truck if it comes into the dealership. You look at that along with these state-of-the-art parts distribution centers that the dealer has available, so we're going to have the right part on the shelf when the customer needs it. You look at those things, you look at the product, and I think you're going to find that with International and with the dealer body, we have after-sales solutions that are going to rival anybody in the industry. So, like I said, I could spend a lot of time on that, but those are just some high-level things we can do after the sale.
That's exciting. So Dave, I'm sure one of the big questions out there, and you're probably hearing it all day long, is when will the S13 be available? Can you shed some light on that important question, please?
Well, yeah. The exciting news is that we do get that question a lot, which is just I think a real great indication about how well received this is by the customers, and so for the dealer channel, we'll have it available with the October download to be able to see it in your sales tools. So you'll be able to see the pricing and the specs and all the ways you can configure units for your customers. I'm going to say on or around October 15th, and we're going to be building our first set of sellable trucks as part of our production ramp in I think the first quarter. And then the second batch is going to be second quarter with full production, as I mentioned, on or around July 1st of next year. So the excitement is building, and as will the production ramp as well.
Great. So we need to tell our sales guys to get those pre-orders in now.
Absolutely. Doing it right after this.
Absolutely. Well, guys, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so John will hear about some more details at the October dealer meeting, where we've got all the international dealers coming into the San Antonio area where we've got our newest assembly plant. We're going to be kind of revealing our demo programs and dealer stocking programs. So the opportunities to get your orders in to help support your customers is going to be starting there at the October dealer meeting.
All right. Well, We're nearing the end of our time today. Is there anything else either of you gentlemen would like to add before we sign off? Dave or Chris?
Hey, I just say once again, thank you for thinking of me and giving me an opportunity to share my personal excitement over this. I've been around, as I mentioned, the international team and network for a long time, and been involved with a number of different product launches, and this is one that's got me truly fired up because I know this is going to be delivering a better solution for our customers, and I can't wait for our dealers to have it on the lot because it'll be an exciting thing for us to have to sell. It feels good to be we've got the wind at our backs. We're playing offense instead of maybe playing defense that we've been doing for too long, and it's about time. And I know we've got the best dealer network out there to get this exciting product into customers' hands.
Well said.
No, just the excitement that that the sales organization and that the dealer organization have, and what this is going to do for us in the industry. I think it's really going to put us as a best in class product, and I'm really excited to have this get in the market next year, see it out moving around, and just getting customers in the seats. I think we're really going to have a good piece of equipment to offer the market.
Perfect.
I got something to say too.
Okay.
So again, I'm very excited about this, but I have the pleasure of serving on a product advisory board. And basically what that is international executives, international engineers, and dealers like myself. I get to hang out with Dave during these board meetings as well. But it allows me to get a little peek behind the curtain of products that are going to be coming to market. And I can tell you, with this S13 integrated powertrain, the time, the effort, the collaboration, and just the testing that has gone into this product is like nothing I've seen in the 28 years that I've been in this industry. So I think you look at the engineering that has gone into this product, you couple that with the dealers that are going to support it, we got a winner here. So I'm just super excited about it.
Well, I'm excited to start marketing it as well. So, well, thank you guys, each of you, for this information and this great discussion that we've had on the new S13 integrated powertrain. We're looking forward to receiving trucks equipped with this great, exciting technology. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity to talk about it today.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.
When the right pieces come together, the impossible becomes possible. So we brought together a global partnership, the brightest minds in the business. And then we started from scratch to build something that broke barriers and conventional wisdom. It didn't happen overnight. Our ambition was too big, our goals too high. So we put years of engineering into it, over 4 million miles of testing behind it, pushed it to have a cleaner impact on the environment, to bridge the gap between where we are and where we're going. And it delivered up to a staggering 15% boost in fuel economy. This isn't the first powertrain we've ever built, but this is the one drivers and fleet owners might say is the greatest. The S13 integrated powertrain from International Truck.